Hey, this is Per from Roxette,
And this is Lena.
and you are listening to Aspen Radio in Argentina, and we're going to Movie Star Arena on April 21st. See you there. Well, that was really crazy. It was a really crazy tour, in the 92. And we didn't expect, when the tickets started to sell, it was a smaller place, it just that it exploded all over South America for us at the time, like it did in the rest of the world. So suddenly we found ourselves a stadium band, and that continued for many years. So it was, of course, overwhelming, but you have the best crowds in the world. They made us feel very self-confident, and made great shows. And I remember every time we've been to Argentina, it's been a blast, really. So I really look forward to come back to Movie Star. Well, almost true. I wrote Dangerous just after we had released the first Roxette album, and Marie didn't like it. It was lying around for like a year or 18 months or so. During that time, Don Johnson got hold of it because I was sending it to different publishers all over the world, and he was having a artist career going on. He had some hits in the States. So I remember getting this letter back from a publisher somewhere in LA saying that Mr. Johnson is not going to do this song because blah blah blah, and I didn't care, but of course I liked the song. And when we did the Look Sharp album, Marie had changed her mind, so she liked the song. And funny thing is that, like, in 2014 or 15 or so, we did a TV interview, and Marie got asked what is your favorite Roxette song of all time, and she answered Dangerous, and I was like, what? That was so crazy. So it's almost true.
Well, I am very grateful that people think that I am doing a great job, obviously. Couldn't be better, because when I got this question to do this, I understood this is quite some challenge, because I'm going to step into someone else's shoes and try to sing her songs and I have to try to be accepted by the fans and so on. Many things too, many hurdles, so to speak. But everything has went very well, and I'm so happy for that. I tried to learn the songs several months ahead before we started off the tour, and really listen very carefully to how Marie sang the songs, and try to remember the phrasing, and try to keep important stuff that should be in the songs that she sings, and stay humble. I want to make sure that people understand that I understand the situation here. I'm not here because I think I'm the new Marie. I'm here to help Per out to sing the songs, but at the same time be very strong when I sing, and be myself. So it's a kind of mix of everything, but everything has went very, very well. I'm so happy about that.
Marie gave up touring in 2016, and then it was 3.5 years until she passed away in 2019. So, and that, of course, just like I said, was devastating. But I needed space and time to decide what to do with it. The initial idea or feeling was to just let it go. But then, as time went by, I realized that it's such a all these songs are such a big part of my life. It's my own legacy as well, from a writer's point of view. And I know that there's so many people all over the world who really still loves these songs, so I started thinking about what to do with it. And luckily enough, I was doing a Swedish project, and I was in the studio with Lena singing with me, and then I realized Lena's fantastic capacity as a singer. So I just felt like maybe Lena could sing these songs, and that never crossed my mind before. So we talked about it a couple of weeks later, and you couldn't decide, but you were thinking about it. It was like a big question, I guess.
It was because of all the things I said before, it was a big question, and I had to just ask the people around me what to think about this. But at the same time, it was such a big adventure and such a special question, so I couldn't possibly turn it down.
I think from my point of view also it was it was crucial that Lena had the experience and been a professional for so many years in her own right. So she wasn't like, you know, because it's not an easy job to take. You know, initially a lot of people were like a lot of skepticism. We're a skeptic about, you know, what she's gonna be like, or if it's gonna work.
I've been in the music business in Sweden for 40 years, and I'm doing my own business. I'm not a new person in this field, but yeah, I can understand.
Yeah.
That was a surprise for many people.
Yeah, but I initially knew that Lena's gonna do it musically very, very well. Then you never know how it works out when you're touring together or sharing a stage together. That's very different too. First time Marie and I shared a stage, we bumped into each other all the time because both of us wanted to be in the front of the stage, you know. Oh. so we, but you know, time has gone by, and now last year we did 43 shows together, Lena and me, and we have at least as many this year. So so far so good.
Back then, I was a singer and artist myself, so I released albums myself. So, I mean, of course, I heard the songs, but I didn't buy the records because I was just full of myself, so to speak. But I heard everything they'd done, and they had this huge success in the US, and was dancing to the songs at the clubs and hearing the songs at the cafes and so on. So I was totally aware what was happening, but I was working myself. Sleeping in my car, I like to sing that one, and Listen to Your Heart. It's two of my favorite songs right now, I would say.
I like to play Spending My Time. I think I'm really proud of that song. The lyric starts in the morning and ends at night, and it's a great little story about a day. And I know people, especially in South America, adore this song. It's one of our biggest songs there. So I'm really looking forward to play that one. I was, you know, that's how, when I started playing, it was very influenced by the new wave scene in the late 70s. Not only because of the music, but also because you didn't have to be very good to start a band. And that fit me perfectly. So my first band was, we were just struggling and fooling around, but we got a recording deal in the late 70s and became a big band in Sweden in the early 80s. So yes, you know, actually that Swedish band, which is called Gyllene Tider, we made an English album in 1984, and that album was released in the States on Capitol Records under the name Roxette. So we were called Roxette. So when that band disbanded in 1985 and I started working with Marie, we kept the name Roxette. But it is from a Dr. Feelgood song, yes. Yeah, I mean, I never really thought about it like from that perspective, you know. When I grew up, I was raised on the 60s pop and the 70s pop, you know, and in those days when I grew up, you know, I listened to Burt Bacharach, and I listened to Jethro Tull, I listened to Led Zeppelin and T-Rex, Beatles, of course, and Leonard Cohen and Joni Mitchell. You know, it was a big mess of everything that I felt was interesting I listened to. So when I started writing songs myself, I had all these influences from here, there, and everywhere, basically, you know. And I listened a lot to Patti Smith, and I listened to Velvet Underground, you know, King Crimson, you know, progressive rock, as well as the Bee Gees, Staying Alive. You know, it was just a big, you know, heap of music that influenced me in my own writing and in my own style, and I used that, of course, doing the Roxette thing. So for me, it has always been, I always considered myself to be more of a writer than an artist. So I really needed a really, really strong vocalist, which eventually I got in Marie, and now with Lena as well, you know. But because for me, it's all about crafting the songs to make them work. But I need a little help from a lot of people to achieve the high targets. So much.
Okay, thank you.
Pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you. Nice talking to you.